give me a moment.
Yeah.
After the tragedy of this week, it was hard. And, I was talking to my brother, my twin brother. He's out in Halifax. I said, "Did you have to move to the end of Canada?" So, anyways, he got married again out there, and I spoke to him yesterday. And he's still angry. My brothers, they went. They didn't stay very long at Shinwalk. They managed to stay there a little bit, but her daddy ran away. I had to go bring him back home, and he got to stay home. I had to go back because I was there already a year. But find out after many years. I finally asked my sister, "Well, what happened to Mom?" She left. Oh, I know she left. I said, "Why did she leave?" She got tired. I said, "Tired? Tired?" So I never seen her. I don't recall any memories of my mom, let alone grandparents. I just remember this old lady in the corner over there smoking a pipe. "That's your grandma. Go say hi." Hello. That's the only one memory I have. And so my dad, he couldn't read or write. So Children's Aid got involved, of course, because he was just a seasonal worker. So he had to leave, and he left my older sister in charge of us. Well, the system didn't like that, so Children's Aid said, well, it'd be best to bring him to Shinwalk over there. At least they'll get schooling and stuff. And of course, my dad signed away. He didn't know what he signed there, and then they were off. And it looked like a big building. It was really huge. And then, okay, well, where's my brothers? Nope, can't go talk to them. You can't go play with them. You can't eat with them. They had to stay on that side. I was all alone on this side. And being pale and not really knowing my language at that time, the other native girls giggling in the corner, looking at me. "I know you're talking about me. I'll tell on you if you're talking like that." So they were kind of scared of me, really, because I was really tall. But it was hard. I could hear the kids crying for their mom at night, and you couldn't go comfort them even, because the supervisor would come in and, hey, and there was no teddy bears. And work. We had to work. My older brother, Ronnie, that was my other brother. But my oldest brother, he got hit by a drunk driver. And that driver never even got charged. But anyways, he died at 8 or 9, I think. I'm not even sure. His name was Harold. And Ronnie, well, he got in trouble on the other side trying to get out of there anyway. And he had to brush all the stairs with a toothbrush. That's 3 floors of stairs. We had this porridge, 1 slice of bread and water, not milk, water in the breakfast, and it was almost every breakfast. Meanwhile, once we were able to be privileged to work in the kitchen for their meals, oh man, crystal glasses and roast beef and everything, the works, tablecloth, nice silverware, and us, and there was this one time when we were having supper, the girls on that side, the boys on that side, and this great big pot, it was green. Everybody looked at it, "What is that? I don't want any." We never had it. "Well, you don't want to eat it? You just go back up to your dorm and go to bed." No supper, no dessert, no. Nobody was going to eat. It was pea soup, I guess, I don't know. But it looked green and everybody, no. So we all had to go to a room. Well, the feeling I got there was very cold, because who looked after you, their name was, there is a supervisor. And we all had to get washed first with that stinky stuff, because they thought we were all lice and everything. So we had to be thrown in a big tub there, and there was no feeling, even seeing them, like there was no comfort in the priest's eyes or the supervisor's eyes. They just, like they were, as if they were mad we came there. They weren't very friendly.
So what years were you there until?
In 1965 to 1970 when they closed. And, but they can only find recording of me for 3 years. So they only paid me for 3 years. I don't know how that was, but I said, well, whatever you want to give me, that's fine. Because no matter how much money, it's not gonna help me. So, but my brothers, they got a more of a compensation because they were abused on that side. I wasn't too bad. I could kind of defend myself by then. But they got abused on the boys' side. A lot of them did. So they got more of a compensation. But yeah, but my brothers would never talk about it. Well, except for dad. He kind of came out of his shell. But it helps. And the more I told him, because at first, when this all started, I said, well, it wasn't that bad when I was there. I can recall some. But I was able to come home on the weekend because I lived here. So that's why some of them wanted to be my friend too, so I could take one. But so it was hard, so I had to really learn lots. And then high school, well, not bad enough was at Chingwah. Then my dad shipped me to Fort Francis for high school. So my twin was there. He was already there a year. But I couldn't stay in his boarding home because they wouldn't allow any girls in that boarding home. So I had to go way across the end of town to go to a non-native home. And the dad was just always teasing me. So I hitchhiked all the way back home. So for that punishment, they shipped me to St. Joe's College in North Bay, where I was all-girls school for a year. I almost made it to the full year, June, and I hitchhiked back home from there. Then I got pregnant, and there we go. Yeah, it's been a rough road, but I'm still here. And the healing, it's lifelong. It's not going to go away. And the more they bring up this, the more that comes back. But if it does come back, I told my brother Wayne, just let it go. Like, just talk to somebody about it. Because you're just holding that in, that's just getting you more angry. Because he always thought my older sister Liz put us all in there in Chingwah. She was in high school at that point, so they only took elementary kids. I said, Wayne, it wasn't her. She was only 18. She didn't know. My brothers, I know you could tell they were still hurting. And by the way they lived as well. And another thing why I stayed here and I kept that job over there, because stupid as I was at 18, I gave up my daughter. And she's got a poem in there too. Her name was Christina. She'd be about 48 or something like that. Anyways, I gave her up because I had my boy, James, and Christina, but James was already 3. So I gave up 1 because I couldn't handle the 2 being on welfare or whatever. So, gave her up. But I do have a poem for her in there. But hoping to find her one day, because that's why I kept my job, because all the new members that come in and get their status register, I thought maybe, well, one day maybe she'll come in the door. Never did. 42 years going on there now. But she never came in the door. But I did get information on her. She grew up on a farm, and they were going to adopt another sibling for her. And she had a good life. But and they kept her name, Christina, because they showed me the birth certificate, but they blacked out everything else. But they kept her name. So that was nice to know. So one of these days, maybe. So getting my story out there makes me feel better, because it's the truth. It's not a fantasy, it's a fact. With this tragedy, there's going to be more. there's going to be so much more. We haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg. This one's called "O Great Spirit, Watch Over the Children." O Great One, watch over the children, for they are the survivors. Let them experience life to the fullest, for their journey has just begun. We can only guide them and teach them what's right and what's wrong. O Great Spirit, let their gentle hands touch softly upon our weary hearts and give us the strength and ability to show them the right road. We can give them the courage to be the best that they can be, for they are our future. O Great One, give them the knowledge, wisdom, and strength to protect their world, for their children to live and learn. Miigwech.